Hello, friends, and welcome to this edition of Banyan Chats. I'm delighted to welcome Mr. Ram Madhav ji to Gokhale Institute of Politics and Economics. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Ram Madhav is a national leader, well-known author, thinker, and has been part of the ruling party, BJP. And earlier, he has had a long innings as a pracharak of the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangha. Sir, we would like to know this discussion is actually something for young students, young people to understand about personalities like yours. So, how do you see your journey? Because I know that you had some training in electrical engineering. I think and then you went on to do a postgraduate degree as well. And from there to traverse as an author, thinker, then you published, I think, something like 30 books. And of course, currently you're focused on geopolitics and geoeconomics, which we'll come to later. But how was this early journey and your transformation?
See, like any other youngster, I also tried to excel in my education. So I tried my hand at engineering initially. I had a diploma. I got into engineering, but I somehow felt that I should do something more relevant, more connected with my passion. Then I shifted to political science. Then I did my master's in political science, but it so happened that I did my doctorate in a very intersectional subject of politics and philosophy.
Okay.
Called the integral humanism of Deendayal Upadhyaya. That being the academic journey, right from the beginning, I somehow had the passion for doing something for the country. Probably it came from my family background or whatever. So that drew me to in my very early age to RSS. I got initiated because of my father, because of my family. Then I
He was also
continued.
connected with RSS?
Yes, he was in Jansangh, RSS, BJP. Those days, all were
Jansangh.
very closely connected. So that's how I got into RSS and grew in that hierarchy. Became a national level functionary at some point. Then in 2014, I have been asked to work in the BJP. That's how I then shifted to the political field.
Did you find that transition different? Meaning, because it's one thing to pursue an ideology and national service, and another thing to actually fight on behalf of political competition as a political party.
Yes, two very different areas, undoubtedly. But luckily for me, when I became the general secretary of the BJP, which just became the ruling party in 2014,
That's right.
I was given the responsibility for Jammu and Kashmir and the Northeast.
Okay.
So these
More
two
challenging.
are, of course, challenging, but incidentally happen to be on top of our discourse in RSS also for various reasons. Jammu and Kashmir for the reasons of terrorism, separatism, and all, and Northeast because of its very intrinsic character of insurgency, militancy, disconnect with the rest of the country and all that. So these were very dear to me anyway, and I have become the in charge for that. So it was a roller coaster ride. We had a lot of tough time, lot of good things we did, like we formed governments in many of these states.
Yes.
And biggest experiment we did was in Jammu and Kashmir.
But you did not enter government.
No, generally when we go from the RSS, our mandate is only limited to working for the party.
Not in the government.
We are not supposed to get into any electoral position or governmental position. So I remained in the party, but nevertheless it was a very thrilling experience, as I said. Forming a government in Jammu and Kashmir with a party which we hated all our life.
Really?
The PDP,
Oh,
the regional party there, we always used to call it as a soft separatist party. But finally, real politics probably compelled us to work with them. We formed government.
Mr. Ramadhav, I want to ask a question on this because I know this PDP alliance was seen raised eyebrows in many quarters, but it was felt that for the good of the country, benefit of the nation, or trying to find a solution to the Jammu and Kashmir problem. I call it a problem because, as you know, Article 370 and all, it was seen as expedient to form this coalition and try to make it work. So to me, that sounds as if the ends were important and the means were not that important. Is it a fair way of interpreting it?
Not necessarily that means were not important. Ends are of course definitely important, but in terms of means, I did my research on Deendayal Upadhyaya. Deen Dayal ji always used to say that we gave up untouchability in social life, but we started new untouchability in political life.
Mm.
It's not correct.
Okay.
So in politics, you may disagree with them, but when the situation or nation demands, you should work together.
In politics, there are no permanent friends.
Yes, in politics there are no permanent friends or
Only
foes, only permanent interest, they
permanent
say.
interests.
But
No, I just, sorry to belabor one more minute on this, because I remember this one incident in Gandhi's life, which was the Chauri Chaura incident,
Yeah.
the burning down of the police station, and I think 6 or 7 policemen were burnt alive. So he went to the extreme step of saying that we have to shut down the independence movement if we cannot be faithful to our means. We cannot do such gruesome, brutal things. So I'm saying, for him, it seems as if from that incident, the means were absolutely more sacrosanct than the ends.
Of course, Gandhi, for that matter, not just Gandhi, the philosophical leadership of that time, whether it was starting with Swami Vivekananda, Gandhi, Tagore, and Aurobindo, I consider these four as the important philosophical pillars of our independence movement. All four emphasized on means also.
Right.
But in Gandhi's case, particularly, he actually evolved over
Yes.
over time. 1922, he was opposed to that one incident. He thought that one incident was enough reason to call off a big movement. He had big difference of opinion with many, including Nehru, Motilal, Jawaharlal, both. Many, I mean, in fact, Jayaprakash Narayan left him and joined Communist Party because of that incident.
Yes, yes.
Many things happened. But over the years, if you see Gandhi's writings in 40s, he did not explicitly condemn violence. He said, for a rightful cause, you have to fight back. You have to fight back.
Yeah,
That
he
is my
did.
ahimsa. So Gandhi also evolved.
Correct.
But means are important. I'm not saying means are not important. So I don't call our alliance with PDP as any opportunistic or any wrong thing that we did. We did it with the view that you have to respect the mandate that people
So
give.
you felt you gave it enough effort and invested enough, sort of in that relationship, but it ultimately didn't work because it.
Yes, 3 years we worked together. At some point, we ourselves felt that the objective with which we are working together is not being fulfilled. Our end objective was that they also should join fully with us in the mainstream and give up on their soft separatist overtones. We felt that it was not happening. We left it, and subsequently we were
Yeah.
able to abrogate Article 370.
Let me jump to your current vocation of geopolitics and geoeconomics, because a series of writings they're doing, and I'm sure a book is coming out very shortly on this. In the modern world, you have Ukraine, you have what's going on in Palestine, then you have Taiwan. So, and then of course, you have taken a position and written about the One Belt, One Road, this China initiative, which of course is, I think, floundering. In international relations and geopolitics, geoeconomics, same principle. Can a nation afford to have a position based on principles, or is it always about interest, and which can opportunistically make alliances with people whom you had adversarial?
No, principles are always important, but principles should not make you a romantic.
Like, for example,
You have to
non-aligned
be
movement.
pragmatic. Your principle and your reality, there should not be a huge mismatch. Problem with us for many years has been that we were a very romantic nation. We had that glorious principle. Even now also we sometimes talk about these things like we are Vishwaguru. No, Vishwaguru can be a romantic idea. Vishwaguru is something that you have to achieve through your, rise as a nation. The world should recognize. It's not something that you trumpet out
The
all over the world.
guruhood is conferred by the followers.
So exactly. So what we should do is we have to become Vishwamitra first. No, that pragmatism you will see in this government, Prime Minister Modi. So he is following that principle of dehyphenation. You know, we are so comfortable today dealing with USA on one hand and
And
Russia on the other hand. We don't feel any discomfort also.
Yes.
That shows the level of dehyphenation, the strategic autonomy positions that we take. I think it's a very pragmatic foreign policy approach that we are adopting. We are passing through a major transformation in the geopolitical order today. In that transformative phase, India has to move its cards very carefully. There is an opportunity that is, lying there for India, but provided we don't be too romantic,
Yes.
little pragmatic. That I think this government
Mr.
realizes.
Madhav, this is very opportune indeed. I'd like to tell you that at Gokhale Institute, we are launching a Center for Geoeconomics and Geopolitics, and also a 2-year master's degree exclusively on this topic. So, as we conclude, I'd like you to tell the young people, maybe students or who are just starting their careers, how should they approach the world affairs or national affairs? I mean, just as a matter of day-to-day life as well as a career sort of plan, because it can be confusing sometimes. Your opportunities globally, some people say brain drain, reverse brain drain, globalization. uh, so
No,
what would you?
our youngsters must understand that next 20 years are going to be a huge opportunity for our country because of the transition that is happening. Today, the global power axis has shifted to our neighborhood. It is in Indo-Pacific, the power center of the world is. That offers huge opportunities for us, provided Indians give up on their lethargy and this romanticism. We will become great anyway. Hamara ahimsa वगैरह. We have to become very pragmatic, seize the opportunity, understand geopolitics well. One principle I will say, and probably we can end. No nation that is divided, that is economically backward, a nation where people feel insecure can never play a big role in the country. So our lesson should be for next 20 years, focus on unity, focus on creating huge prosperity in this country, economically strong nation to build, and security way. Security means not just external security. Every citizen in this country should feel
Should feel
secure.
secure,
A
yes.
woman, a scheduled caste, a minority, a majority, everybody should feel secure. Such India we should create in next 10 to 15 years.
Right.
Then we will be where we want to be, that Vishwaguru.
Wonderful. That's a great message. Economic strength, security, confidence of looking at the future. Thank you, Mr. Ram Madhavji. Thank you very much for this short introduction. We are looking forward to your speech today. Thank you.
Thank you.